The most common thing I get as a trainer is, hey, how do I flatten my stomach? How do I get six-pack abs? How do I lose belly fat? Now, so many people have the wrong perspective on this. So many people think that it comes from cardio and doing sit-ups, and that is completely far from the truth. You do not get a nice stomach by doing cardio and sit-ups. I'm going to give you 3 things that you should be tackling each day and each week in order to flatten out your stomach and burn that fat. Now, here's the good news and the bad news. The good news is yes, you can burn fat fairly quickly. The bad news is, no, you cannot zero in on just belly fat first. You're gonna lose the fat throughout your body. You'll see it in your face first, most likely, throughout your torso, your arms, etc. And you will, I guarantee you will see it in your stomach as well. Now, number 1, the first thing you need to do is be in a caloric deficit. Now, I know you probably already know that you have to take in less calories, but you have to focus on a couple things while you guys are doing this. Now, how do you know how many calories you burn? I recommend going to this calculator called the TDEEcalculator.net, Total Daily Energy Expenditure Calculator.net. Now, what you're going to do is put in some basic information, and from there, it'll tell you roughly how many calories you burn each day. Now, what you're going to do from here is you're going to get that number, and you're going to also find out how many calories you take in each day. Now, to be in a calorie deficit, you want your number that you take in to be lower than the number that you put out each day. And if you really want to lose weight, you should be trying to drop at least 500 calories below your expenditure each day. Now, with your calories, you should make sure that you are focusing on getting your protein in first. And there's a couple things that come from doing this. Number 1, if you take in protein first and you focus on having your protein makes you feel more full throughout the day. And if you have your protein first, you're not going to want those excess bad carbs afterwards as quickly or as much. So you want to have that protein first. Secondly, when you have that protein, your body will build more muscle and ultimately burn more calories when you're more active. So make sure you're in a caloric expenditure if you want to burn that fat. Secondly, you should be focusing on resistance training. And with your resistance training, I would highly recommend you should be doing compound lifts, meaning larger multi-joint lifts, such as the squats, deadlifts, bench press, and so on. Working on these compound lifts will incorporate more large muscle groups, which, just like I just told you a second ago, when you incorporate large muscle groups, they burn more calories. So work on getting those large lifts in with resistance training, and that will burn you more calories throughout the day. Actually, to be honest, you guys, when you are building that muscle and you build more muscle mass, you burn calories throughout the day while you're not exercising. That's the opposite of cardio. In cardio, you burn stuff instantly and then you don't burn any more later because you burnt off a lot of fat and a lot of muscle, etc. Resistance training, you build muscle and you burn the calories later throughout the day as well. Lastly, stay away from sugary and fried foods. I know it is hard to do all the time, but like I talked about in the first one, have your protein first. You'll have less desire to have those sugary and fried foods later. Knock out at least 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Tackle that throughout the day, and you will have less want for those sugary and fried foods. Aim for these 3 things, and I guarantee you, if you really focus on this, you will ditch that belly fat, and you will become a lot more trim, a lot more healthy, and feel so much better about yourself. Let me know if you have any more questions about training, and I'd love to help you out, whether it's one-on-one training, online training, or just a question to help you out throughout the day. Keep rocking, you guys.